The medical droid's words echoed in Vader's mind. She has lost the will to live. Padme was gone. His wife. His reason. The Empire had given him power, but it had cost him everything. He stood alone in the observation room, staring at her body through the glass. The rage inside him burned, but beneath it, something else stirred. A presence. Faint, fragile, but unmistakable. Two of them. Vader's eyes widened behind his mask. The children. They were alive. The Emperor had told him they died with Padme. A lie. Another manipulation. Another chain. He reached out through the Force, tracing the bond. They were close. Still on Polis Massa. And Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was with them. Vader moved fast. His ship tore through hyperspace, arriving before Kenobi could escape. The Jedi Master stood on the landing platform, holding two bundled infants. Bail Organa waited nearby. They were about to separate the twins. Hide them. Steal them from him. Kenobi. Obi-Wan spun, eyes wide. His hand went to his lightsaber. Anakin, they are mine, Vader growled. His lightsaber ignited. Red light cut through the dawn. Bail drew his blaster. Obi-Wan stepped forward, shielding the babies. You'll have to kill me first. Vader pushed. He could. Easily. But the twins, if he struck now, they might be hurt in the chaos. He couldn't risk it. Instead, he raised his hand. The Force surged. Obi-Wan flew backward, crashing into a wall. Bail's blaster ripped from his grip. Vader stepped forward and took the children from the medical droid's arms. Luke, Leia, his son, his daughter. Obi-Wan struggled to his feet, fury in his eyes. You can't do this. Vader turned. Watch me. He carried them to his ship and disappeared into the stars. The moon had no name, just coordinates. A forgotten rock on the edge of wild space. No settlements. No empire. No eyes watching. Perfect. Vader built a small compound in the cliffs. Droids maintained it. Supply ships came and went under false manifests. The Emperor believed Vader was overseeing a classified weapons project. In a way, he was. Luke and Leia grew quickly. By age 5, they were already strong in the Force. Vader felt it every day, the light inside them. Pure. Uncorrupted. Everything he had lost. He couldn't teach them the dark side. He wouldn't. If they fell as he did, Palpatine would claim them. Twist them. Use them as replacements. Vader had seen it before. The Emperor's hunger for apprentices, always searching for someone stronger, someone younger. So Vader did something he thought impossible. He taught them the light. He remembered Qui-Gon's lessons. Patience. Compassion. Understanding the living Force. He remembered Obi-Wan's discipline. Control. Balance. He stripped away the Sith philosophy and returned to what he once knew. It was painful. Every lesson reminded him of who he used to be. Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, the Jedi Knight who believed in hope. But for his children, he endured it. Feel the Force around you, Vader instructed, watching Luke and Leia meditate on the clifftop. It flows through all living things. Do not dominate it. Let it guide you. Luke opened his eyes. Father, why doesn't the Emperor teach this way? Vader's breath caught. Because the Emperor fears the light. Leia looked up. Do you fear it? Silence. Long and heavy. Yes, Vader finally said. But not for the reasons you think. He feared that one day, their light would make him face the darkness within himself. And he didn't know if he could survive that confrontation. But across the galaxy, in the Imperial Palace, the Emperor's yellow eyes snapped open. He felt something, a disturbance, and he smiled. Palpatine stood before the massive window of his throne room, gazing out at the Coruscant skyline. The Force rippled around him like a disturbed pond. Something was wrong. Something had been wrong for years. Two presences. Young, powerful, growing stronger every day. At first, he dismissed it as a tremor in the Force. Random Force sensitives born across the galaxy. But these two were different. Their power was familiar. Skywalker blood. He was certain of it. Lord Vader. Palpatine said softly, though his apprentice was not present. What have you been hiding? He summoned his spies. The Inquisitors. Probe droids. Entire fleets dedicated to searching the outer rim for anomalies. false manifests, secret supply routes, anything connected to Vader's personal operations. It didn't take long. A moon in wild space. Unregistered. Frequent supply drops under Vader's authority. Classified as a weapons facility, but no weapon had ever been produced. Interesting. Palpatine leaned back in his throne. He could confront Vader directly, demand answers, but that would alert his apprentice. Vader would flee, or worse, fight. No, better to let Vader believe his secret was safe. Better to wait, watch, and when the time was right, strike. Palpatine reached out through the Force, brushing against the two young presences. They were strong, incredibly strong. If molded correctly, they could become the most powerful Sith in history. Vader had done the hard work, training them, shaping their potential. All Palpatine had to do was take them. He activated his comm link. Prepare my shuttle. I wish to inspect Lord Vader's weapons project. The aide hesitated. My lord, Lord Vader did not request an inspection. I know. Palpatine's smile widened. That's precisely why I'm going. On the nameless moon, Vader suddenly stopped mid-sentence. His mask turned toward the sky. Luke noticed. Father? What's wrong? Vader's voice was cold. Hollow. He knows. Vader paced the compound like a caged animal. The Emperor's shuttle would arrive within hours. There was no escape. No time to run. Palpatine had planned this perfectly. Luke and Leia stood in the training hall, confused. They'd never seen their father like this. Agitated. Afraid. Father, what's happening? Leia asked. Vader stopped. He looked at his children, 9 years old now, strong and wise beyond their years. Everything he had worked for, everything he had sacrificed to protect. And now the Emperor would take them, unless Vader stopped him. But that meant war. Open rebellion. The full weight of the Empire would come down on them. Vader was powerful, yes, but against Palpatine, the Inquisitors, the Imperial fleet, even he couldn't win that fight. He had two choices. Surrender the twins. Let Palpatine mold them into Sith. They would be powerful. They would rule. But they would lose themselves, just as he had. Or fight. Defy the Emperor. Protect his children. And likely die in the process. Vader knelt before Luke and Leia. His voice, filtered through the mask, was softer than they'd ever heard it. I need you to listen carefully. The man who is coming, he is the Emperor. He is the most dangerous being in the galaxy. And he wants to take you from me. Luke's eyes widened. Why? Because you are strong. And he fears strength he cannot control. Leia stepped closer. Will you let him take us? Vader's hands clenched into fists. For years, he had served Palpatine, obeyed, destroyed entire worlds in his name. The Empire had given him purpose after he lost everything. But his children had given him something else. Hope. No, Vader said, standing. His lightsaber ignited. I will not. Outside, the Emperor's shuttle descended through the clouds. And Darth Vader, for the first time in a decade, prepared to defy his master. While Vader prepared defenses, Luke slipped into the compound's data terminal. Something didn't add up. Their father had always been secretive. He never spoke of his past, never explained why they lived in hiding, never told them his real name. Luke had to know. He bypassed the encryption Vader had taught him well and accessed the Imperial archives. What he found made his blood run cold. Darth Vader, Sith Lord, right hand of Emperor Palpatine, executor of Order 66, the Purge of the Jedi, destroyer of Alderaan's sister colonies, architect of the Empire's terror campaigns, billions dead, entire civilizations erased, and their father, Luke. Leia's voice came from behind him. She looked over his shoulder at the screen. Her face went pale. No, that can't be real. Luke scrolled through the files. Images, reports, testimony from survivors. All of it pointed to one undeniable truth. Their father was a monster. He lied to us, Leia whispered, tears forming. Everything he taught us, the light side, compassion, balance, he's the one who destroyed it all. Luke's hand shook. But he saved us. He's been protecting us. From what? Leia snapped. From the Empire he serves? From the Emperor he obeys. The door hissed open. Vader stood in the doorway. He saw the screen. He saw their faces. Silence. You were going to tell us eventually, right? Luke's voice cracked. Or were you just going to keep pretending? Vader stepped forward. I did what I had to do. To keep you safe. Safe. Leia's voice was ice. How many children like us did you kill? How many families did you destroy? Vader had no answer. Because she was right. Outside, the Emperor's shuttle touched down. And the twins looked at their father. Not with love, but with doubt. Palpatine descended the shuttle ramp slowly, savoring the moment. He looked at Vader, then at the two children standing beside him. His smile was venomous. "Oh, Lord Vader. How sentimental. I should have known you couldn't resist." Vader ignited his lightsaber. "You will not touch them." "Touch them?" Palpatine laughed. "My dear apprentice, I don't need to. They already know the truth, don't they?" His yellow eyes locked onto Luke and Leia. "You've seen the records. You know what your father has done. The Jedi he slaughtered. The worlds he burned." Luke's jaw tightened. Leia's hands trembled. "He did it all in my name." Palpatine continued, stepping closer. "Every atrocity, every act of cruelty. And now he expects you to forgive him? To follow him?" "Silence!" Vader roared. But the Emperor ignored him. "Tell me, children, do you stand with a butcher? Or do you seek justice?" Leia's voice was barely a whisper. "Father, is it true? All of it?" Vader didn't answer. Couldn't answer. Luke stepped forward, tears in his eyes. "Why didn't you stop? If you knew it was wrong, why didn't you just stop?" "Because I had nothing left," Vader said, voice breaking. "Until I had you." Palpatine laughed again. "How touching. But words mean nothing, Vader. They've seen your sins. And now they will choose." The Emperor extended his hands. Blue lightning crackled at his fingertips. "Join me, young Skywalkers. Help me destroy this broken remnant of a man. Or die defending him." Luke and Leia looked at each other. Then at Vader. And for the first time in their lives, they didn't know what to do. Vader raised his blade. "Stay behind me." But neither twin moved. And Palpatine's smile grew wider. Palpatine struck first. Lightning exploded from his hands, slamming into Vader. The Dark Lord raised his saber, absorbing the blast, but the Force drove him to one knee. The Emperor cackled. "You are always weak, Vader. Sentimental. Pathetic." Vader surged forward, slashing at Palpatine. The Emperor twisted away, his robes swirling. More lightning. More pain. Vader's system sparked. His breathing labored. Luke and Leia watched in horror. "Father." Leia shouted. Palpatine turned to them, eyes gleaming. "You see? He cannot protect you. He can barely protect himself." He raised his hand toward the twins. "But I can give you power. Real power. Join me, and together we will rule the galaxy as it was meant to be ruled." Luke stepped forward. "You're lying. You don't want us to rule with you. You want to control us. Just like you controlled him." Palpatine's smile faded. "Foolish boy." He unleashed another torrent of lightning, this time at Luke. But Vader moved. He threw himself in front of his son, taking the full blast. His armor crackled. Smoke poured from his chest plate. He collapsed. "Father." Luke dropped to his knees beside him. Leia ignited a lightsaber, one Vader had built for her. Blue blade. She stood between Palpatine and her family. "You won't touch them." Palpatine laughed. "Such spirit. You're your father's daughter." Luke rose, tears streaming. He raised his hand. The Force surged. And for the first time, he struck back, not with a weapon, but with pure power. He pushed. Hard. Palpatine stumbled, surprise flashing across his face. The Emperor realized his mistake. These children weren't just strong. They were Skywalkers. And together, they were unstoppable. "Leia," Luke said quietly. "Help me." She nodded. And the twins attacked as one. Vader couldn't move. His systems were failing. Every breath was agony. But through the smoke and pain, he saw them. Luke and Leia, fighting together, lightsabers flashing, blocking Palpatine's lightning, pushing him back. They were magnificent, but they weren't enough. Not yet. Palpatine was too strong, too experienced. The Emperor was toying with them, letting them think they had a chance. Soon he would strike, and they would fall, just like Vader had. No, not this time. Vader's hand closed into a fist. His armor sparked. His breathing stuttered, but he forced himself to move. Eaten be eaten. He rose. Palpatine didn't notice. He was too focused on the twins, reveling in their desperation. You cannot win. I am the dark side incarnate. And we, Luke said, voice steady, are the light. He and Leia combined their strength. A wave of pure force energy slammed into Palpatine, driving him backward. The Emperor snarled, preparing to retaliate. And Vader struck. He grabbed Palpatine from behind. His mechanical hands locked around the Emperor's arms. Palpatine screamed, lightning erupting wildly. It tore through Vader's body. His systems overloaded. His mask cracked. But he held on. Luke, Leia. Vader's voice was faint, broken. Run. No. Luke shouted. We can fight him together. You already have. Vader looked at his children one last time. Through the cracked mask, they saw his eyes. Blue, not yellow. I'm sorry. For everything. But you are my redemption. He lifted Palpatine into the air and hurled him into the reactor core. The Emperor's scream echoed as he fell into oblivion. Vader collapsed. Luke and Leia rushed to his side. His breathing was fading. Father, stay with us, Leia begged. Vader smiled beneath the mask. I already am. And Anakin Skywalker at last found peace.